Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. We have the Panasonic AA nickel methyl hydrate Dollarama, $5. Pack of two, 1100 milliamps, and low drain devices is what's recommended. They also say they're pre-charged. Nah, well, maybe they were at the factory, okay? But the amount of time that it takes on average to produce a batch of batteries at a factory, get them all charged up to full capacity, if that's what they're really doing, okay? And then getting them to the store and into our hot little hands, these things are going to have about a quarter of their charge. That's it, okay? And that's not usable for very long, okay? When I did the video on the AAAs from Dollarama, I had bought in 2 packs of those, which came in really handy because I do have a cob light that actually requires 4 of the AAAs. Very unusual, anyways, in my experience with flashlights over the years. But hey, that's the way it goes. So with these things here, I was finally able to actually find out what the charge state was right out of the pack before using them. The other ones I wasn't, because I didn't have a charger for them, right? I have ways to charge things, but I didn't have a proper charger. So I had no idea what the actual capacity was on those triples right out of the package. And they do say pre-charged. Yes, they will work. Obviously, there's juice in there. But how much juice? Well, as it turns out, at least with these AA's, they were at a quarter capacity, okay, per battery. So it's kind of like, well, that's not going to give me a whole lot of runtime. However, we said, okay, so we charged them up, and I've had a few cycles with them because you do need to cycle batteries a few times. Bring them down to a really low point, and then recharge, low point it, recharge, and we're on our 3rd cycle on these already. But what I've been averaging, even right from the get going on, is between 30 to 40 minutes in this flashlight, which has got a cob in it. It's fairly powerful lumens. It's pretty decent, pretty bright. 30 to 40 minutes before it starts to dim out, okay? Now, when I look at the dim out range of how much visibility do I get, okay? I'm looking at the long range. Okay, so let's say 200 feet away, fully charged batteries. We can definitely go to the end of my driveway at a little over 240 feet away, hit the tree line, and we can still make out, even on the road, what animal is what walking across the road, or person, okay? So, but after about 30 to 40 minutes, we're not quite making that trip, so we're seeing more like shadows. In fact, we're not even making half of that distance realistically, okay? And so it's going to get pretty dim, even though it may look bright to you in the first, say 50 feet or so. It might look still really bright. It's not as bright as it once was on a full charge. And as the distance goes on, it gets dimmer, 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 and it's kind of like, this is not a cool thing. So don't go hiking with this thing unless you got some spare batteries with you, okay? A few sets, depending on how long you're going to be out, okay, would be a good idea if you're going to use these batteries. Now, we have not yet tested Energizers or Duracells yet on this channel for their rechargeables. That will be something that will be up and coming down the road. Okay, so I have a lot more stuff for even flashlights I want to test out yet and lumen test them. And of course, I want to test out more rechargeable batteries that are out there, mainly the Energizer and Duracells, okay? Because anything else in an off-brand at the same power levels is going to be about the same sort of thing. And these are only 1100 milliamp AA's. Their triples, I believe, were about 720. So now when I bought my charger from Amazon, it came with 4 triples and 4 doubles. The triples are 1100 milliamp and the doubles are 2800 milliamp. So, and the cost of those batteries, even to buy them separate on Amazon, is actually not that bad. It's pretty decent. You do get a good bang for your buck, especially with Amazon purchases. You just got to read enough of the reviews that are there, possibly check out some YouTube videos as well to get the actual user experience, talking about it on camera so that, because not everybody understands or knows about batteries. They just say, oh, these things are great. They're fantastic, man. I just threw them in here and they're good. Yeah. Where other people are like, yeah, these probably shouldn't buy them. Okay. right? So we've talked about a lot of alkaline batteries already that you should really avoid. So, but anyways, with these things though, they work really well. Okay, I'm pretty actually impressed with them for the most part. I mean, to get 30 to 40 minutes before it starts to dim this out, and I'm running this on high setting every time I went out with it. That's actually not bad considering they're 1100 milliamps. Okay, that's not a bad run time before the dim out happens. Now, how much more power are we going to get? Because the dim out, like I said, when I noticed the dim out enough after 30 to 40 minutes, I threw them right onto the charger after, and I checked the voltage ratings, or charge state. Okay, and they're all at quarter charge, right? My meter goes by 4 levels, so 4 fully charged. Yes, you can take them off and use them, right? But at a quarter charge per battery, that's the exact same level that was in them when I popped them out of the package initially. Because remember, I could not test the AAAs for their charge state. These things say they're pre-charged, ready to rock, and if that's the case and we're only having a quarter charge, no, that's a lie. But it's not really a lie because NiCad and nickel methyl hydrates are probably the worst rechargeable systems ever invented, because as soon as you take them off the charger, and every battery is subject to the same thing, yes, even li-poly and lithium ion, however, with NiCad and nickel methyl hydrate, they are the worst batteries of all rechargeables, that as soon as you take them off the charger, not only do they start losing power, they're going to lose it fast, okay, which means after sitting just in the open for 30 days, not even in anything, or if they are in anything, it makes no difference whatsoever, by the way. If you haven't used them, guess what? They're back to a quarter charge level after about a month. Where lithium ion and li-poly batteries, they will go several months before this is even thinking about trying to happen. They'll lose a bit of juice, and yeah, you could top them up. That's why they say even with lithium ion and li-poly batteries, you should be topping them off at least, either once a month, once every couple of months even, even once every 3 months is more than fine to not only keep the charge state good and healthy and keep the battery healthy, but you're guaranteed, at least within that time or in between those times, you're going to have a lot of juice in those batteries. Where these things, after a month, they've gone back down to about a quarter charge, and that's about it. So not usable for very long. And if you do leave a nickel methyl hydrate battery or a NiCad for too long and these go dead on you, they can reverse their polarities. Something we don't see in lithium ion and li-poly, right? But you will see them in this. I have seen it myself a number of different times with especially the NiCads and the NIMs. I've never seen it with the lithium ion or li-poly batteries. And then of course we also have Lifey batteries and many other types out now too. Anyways, batteries are getting better and better as we go. Alkaline batteries are getting better. They're using more lithium technology now in regular alkalines too, which is making them stronger and better batteries for longer use times, right? But of course, with that, price goes up to buy them too. Anyways, but for $5, I still think they're worth it, just as the AAAs from the dollar store. They're great. They get you going. When you decide that you want a better quality battery, then go out and buy Energizers or Duracells. Go on Amazon and get a different brand name. Now, the charger and stuff I got, let me just grab these things, actually. Okay, which batteries are these? Yeah, I think these are the... No, that's the dollar ones. So the battery brand is called EBL. Okay, now you get 4 AA's of the EBL. I have a review on this thing, okay? These are 2,800 milliamp a piece for the AA's. The triples are 1,100, okay? Whereas in this case, the Panasonics, which are sitting in this case right now because the EBLs are in use, these are only about 700 and change a piece. I'm pretty sure they have them written on here. 720 milliamp, where the EBLs are 1100 milliamp in the triple. So a lot more runtime, way more runtime. Even these at 2800 milliamp, and that flashlight, I'd easily get twice or more out of them. Okay, so I could probably get an easy 2 hours out of that flashlight with these before I have to worry about changing them because they're going to start getting dimmer, right? So that's the difference. And then of course you do get the UBL charger with all those batteries, right? And it supports the triples and the doubles because that's what comes with it. And it's a smart charger, and it comes with a micro USB port and Type A, but you can also go Type C as well. It has 2 different options for you. Anyways, and it is a fast charger too. So when you charge batteries, especially these things, they're going to get pretty warm, okay, because it is a fast charger, right? A trickle charger takes about 24 hours. This thing takes about an hour to 2 hours tops from depleted batteries. Fast charger will heat the cells up, which will shorten the lifespan overall. So if you could possibly get, say, I don't know, 400 charges, you're going to probably be looking at somewhere around, I don't know, 250, maybe 260 fast recharges. It's kind of hard to tell, really, depending on the cell manufacturer, how good a quality the cells are, etc., etc. But the little dollar store batteries, on the other hand, you'll probably shorten these things from a little over 300 down to about maybe 100 cycles. So if you're fast charging, right? So it's kind of your thing, up to you, what do you want to do. But always remember too, I mean, whether you're using a fast charger or a slow charger, regardless, they are what they are. They're going to give you the performance that they give you, and that's it. But don't take them direct to the charger and immediately start using the batteries. That's a no-no. There's 2 no-nos here with rechargeable batteries of any kind. When you finish extinguishing the power, don't throw them on a charger right away. Let them cool off. Even if they don't feel warm on the outside, the internals into the main core of the cells are really hot. Even though you might not feel it, might feel like the batteries may be lukewarm. That doesn't matter. The internal temperature is a lot hotter, and you will really shorten the lifespan big time by immediately slamming them onto the charger. Wait for about a half an hour to an hour for them to cool off enough, okay? Same as when you take them off the charger. They're going to be warm, or in this case, if you're using a fast charger, they're going to be a lot hotter, okay? So a lot warmer, okay? Let them sit for an hour, and then put them in your device and fine, ready to go. Otherwise, you also reduce run time as well as lifespan of your rechargeable batteries. So just a little bit of extra info for you. Anyways, so if you want to get these things, go for it. I think they're good, but only on a low drain device. So basically, your flashlights are definitely, it's going to be a variable. Okay, this is kind of like a mid-level drain to sort of low. It's kind of like a low to medium. If you're running it on the low light, at least you're going to get a heck of a lot of runtime on it compared to running the high setting. But when I'm testing batteries for how long they're going to run for, I'm always on the high setting because that's what we're mostly going to be using anyway in super dark situations where we need that extra huge amount of light. So I base it on that, okay? So that's kind of like a low to medium drain kind of light. These are a much lower drain because these type of flashlights, even though they don't put out a ton of light, okay, they're very usable at close ranges. Batteries will last a lot longer, okay, like a lot longer. Why? Because they're LEDs and they're not cobs. Cobs are higher wattage, for output of light and lumens, so they're going to require more amperage. Okay, it's not about the voltage. They all run the same volts. It's about the amperage, right? So, yeah, these are lower amp drained LEDs. They're not quite as bright, but this light here, this one here, is a lot brighter, and it's going to kill the batteries off quicker compared to something like this. But this is more usable, especially at more distance, than this is going to be. It's kind of, you pick and choose your flashlights. This is why I'm doing a lot of reviews too for you guys and checking out batteries that most consumers buy that are $100 and under, because we need to know what's really good and usable in what situations and what really is only good for something else, or maybe it's garbage. You never know. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and staying tuned. Be sure to catch you on the next one. See ya.